Talk Shit Radio is a Kennedy Studios Productions. The opinions stated by various contributors to Talk Shit Radio and its radio programs are not to be considered as or endorsed by Kennedy Studios Incorporated. Visitors are urged to use their own discretion to draw their own conclusions. All information, products, services, and use of this website is for entertainment purposes only and personal use only. Talk Shit Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information contained within the website or broadcast. Any services or products provided by Talk Shit Radio Network and its host contributors should be used solely for entertainment purposes only.
This is Tony. You're listening to Talk Shit Radio.
I have been out on the streets every day except for yesterday.
Okay.
What the media...
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
This is Lewis Kennedy, and you're listening to Talk Shit Radio, craziest radio station in Tampa Bay.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talk Shit Radio. It is 9:25, a Thursday morning, and I got all sorts of energy going on this morning. Had a little bit of a siesta or hiatus or whatever the fuck you want to call it yesterday. Everybody felt like shit.
Yes.
So we just did the old replay yesterday, but
rerun.
Yeah, we are here this morning. We are in the studio with Holly and Maria, and Tony is out fishing. Today is a fishing day for Tony, so we're going to bring you some talk shit. It's me and the ladies in here today.
Yay.
Maria's like, yeah, I'm here. Kinda.
So, about that office, the state trooper.
Yes, I want to get right into that, okay? This morning, Holly posted. Now, for everybody that wants to see it, go to facebook.com/Talk Shit TV show. And Holly had posted a video that is very, very disturbing. Do we know where the video was taken, Holly?
I'm not sure. My friend Ryan posted it.
Okay. Is it coming up?
I got it from him.
Okay. All right, let me just get over to it real quick. And it's very, very disturbing. I was very aggravated. Basically, this guy pulls over another guy and shoots him over a seatbelt violation. Now, let's see how the audio goes. But obviously, you're hearing car noises and all of that kind of stuff. And now he's getting in and he's chasing him. But I do urge everyone to go check out the video. Now he's going to go chase the dude. And I don't know where the audio went from it. But right now he's chasing the guy. They're going like right around the block or some shit. They end up in a gas station. Now let's see. All right, here we go. So yep, all right, here we go. Now you can listen in here.
Can I see your license, please?
All right, so at this point, the kid turns around to get his license.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Now that was gunshots.
Get on the ground!
That was gunshots. The kid just got shot over a seatbelt violation.
I just got my license. You think you're my license? I grabbed my license right here. That's my license right there.
Put your hands behind your back.
Now listen to this cop.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do, sir?
Are you hit?
I think so. I can't feel my leg. I don't know what happened. I just grabbed my leg.
My comment on this video was shot over a seatbelt. Really? This fucking scumbag should get his ass beat.
I'm sorry.
Then you jump back out. I'm telling you, get out of your car.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear 2 words.
Hold on a sec.
My license.
Now he realizes, and you can hear in the tone of his voice, he realized he fucked up.
Rich
Big
1866. Shots fired on 1038. I need 1052 out here.
I'm not going to play anymore. I'll leave it for the rest of you to go and check out. Again, facebook.com/Talk Shit TV show. The video is up there, and it's quite disturbing. Like I said, this kid got shot because he turned around and was doing exactly what the cop was telling him to do. He was going back in the car, reaching in the car to grab his driver's license. Now, you know, obviously, the cops, that's a threat to the police because, when they don't know if you're reaching for a gun or whatever the case may be. But if you look at the video, this guy was pulling the trigger before the guy even turned around and come out of the car. So, very disturbing. And it just goes to show gangsters with badges, running rancid, doing what the fuck they want, shooting people how they want, when they want, and why they want. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. And if our government isn't going to do anything about it, then the people are going to have to do something about it. And we all know where that's going to go. So, it aggravates me to see shit like that. It really does. Really bad.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Even on the on one of the comments on the bottom of this video.
Yeah.
A retired state trooper said
I read that, and he was embarrassed.
Yeah,
yes.
and they were never taught to fire at anybody that way.
I'm actually going to go back to that video and read this trooper's comment because that's a good point. That was a damn good comment. Now, I lost it. It's gone. It's all the way down there. All right, there we go. All right, I am actually going to read the comments, or this one trooper's comments, because it's real. I like what he says. So, Trent Kennard, comments on the video, and he says, I am a retired state trooper, and at no time were we ever taught to fire on a suspect like this when there was no threat. I feel so sorry for the person shot and am embarrassed by the actions of this trooper. I am proud of the patrol for seeing the wrong in this video and fining this officer. Okay, so he got fined. If he did indeed feel threatened because the young man was reaching for his license, he is definitely in the wrong line of work. Again, praying for this young man, but don't judge all state troopers from the actions of this one, now former state trooper. There's 105 replies to this guy's one comment. And it's true. I mean, we can't judge all their actions over this cocksucker, but we can certainly have an insight into the mindset of them. That is for sure.
Yes, he's getting charged.
He is getting charged.
Yes,
good.
He is.
Good. You looked it up?
Yeah.
Very good. It's about time. I mean, that's blatant. You could see it's blatant bullshit right there. You could see he fired just because, and that's my deal right there. I mean, these trigger happy cops, they just piss me off.
Yeah, Hernando County police are pretty brutal themselves.
They're no better.
Pretty brutal themselves.
They are no better. They do not get a pass on that one. They are absolutely not any better. Looking at a video right now of this guy flying a helicopter like we have here in the studio over a tobacco field. You see the farmer standing there with a shotgun down on the ground, so video's not going to end up too good.
I don't think that was tobacco.
Yeah, it might not have been tobacco. It says tobacco field in Kentucky, but yeah, if the dude's standing there with a shotgun, I'm going to shoot you down, you son of a bitch. Take pictures of my tobacco. It's not that kind of tobacco. It's the wacky tobacco. Is my country accent, so far off that it's obvious?
So far off, it's obvious.
It is. What's your mean?
Some fucking Yankee trying to be...
hey, go easy. I am some fucking Yankee trying to be a redneck. It is a Yankee trying to imitate the rednecks. Shh.
So,
don't give up my secrets.
Deputies responded to 4393 Mariner Boulevard around 2 p.m. after a report of shots fired at that location. And
this is the guy shooting his fucking car, isn't it?
An official report has not been released, but sources tell us that a man exited the home and fired several shots into his vehicle on his property. We're not sure what prompted the shooting, but It may have been a result of a domestic dispute. What the hell?
Yeah, you got to be having a real bad day with your car to go out there and start shooting up your own car. You motherfucker!
Take that.
Right? Start, you son of a bitch. Just FYI, if your car don't start in the morning and you shoot it, I think your chances of it starting after that are probably slim to none at that point. So, yeah just, for those of you who are trigger happy, go easy there.
And,
yeah.
A brutal stabbing reported,
Here in Hernando?
in Spring Hill.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
I'm pulling it up.
Brutal stabbing reported. Deputies discover wiper blade fight. Are you kidding me?
Yesterday, 911 operators received a frightening call from someone claiming that a woman was stabbing her husband in the front yard of their residence. Sheriff's deputies and fire rescue personnel rushed to the home, located at 11367 Sagamore Street, expecting to find a gravely wounded man lying in his yard. Turns out that there was no stabbing at all, just a man and a woman fighting with broken windshield wiper blades, according to one witness.
I'd rather get shot. Them fuckers
my.
hurt, man.
Oh, my.
Well, I don't know if I'd rather get shot, but you know what I mean. That's like taking a whipstick and smacking somebody with it. Yeah. This is all Hernando County, people. That's the funny part. Now go down like what is it? Video captures past that one. If you go down just past that one you just read, all right, and you see the video captures women beating two young teens.
Yeah.
Then you see two local businesses refuse to pay employees, suddenly closes. So we have two restaurants here that opened up in Spring Hill. All right, one on Four Corners, and the other one, I believe, was up on 19, I think. I'm not sure. All right, but let's see. I want to cut to the chase here. Basically, these two restaurants opened up, worked the shit out of people, then closed. The one business is called, and the manager was Mariah Howie, and the restaurant was called A Crystal Rose Restaurant and Lounge in Spring Hill. She never got paid. And then the other one, let's see. The owner is Bruce Vincent Sargent. He's the scumbag who owes all of these people the money. So anybody out there who knows this guy, don't go to work for him, because you might as well just pull your pants down in front of him, turn around, bend over, spread your ass cheeks, and let him fuck you, because that's what's going to happen. And then there was another restaurant, and of course Tom from Real News Real Fast tried to get a hold of them, and they denied comments.
Of course they did.
So then you have Al Di La Italian Bistro, which is the one that I do believe is on Four Corners. Now I'm not too sure, where all the businesses were, but basically a buddy of mine, and I'm not going to say his name, but the daughter's name is, and I believe it's his daughter because it sounds like, it's about her age. Last name's Panarello. Vin, if you're out there. Yeah, I know, I just gave up your name. It's a buddy of mine, and it was his daughter or his wife. I'm not too sure. I'm assuming it's his daughter, though. He's another one that, or she's another one that got screwed by these two restaurants closing. So basically what happened is the one restaurant says closed for Labor Day. They never reopened. And it's like they left dishes and wine bottles and just shit. It looks like they just, were there 20 minutes ago and then closed the doors and left. So, yeah, they got a bunch of people, made a bunch of money in the county, and then hauled ass. And here's the disturbing part. Here in Florida, there's no law that protects those employees. Nothing. They cannot recover their money.
That sucks.
Yes.
That does.
Because it's a right-to-work state, and because how fucked up that our governors, Rick Scott and Charlie Crist, between the two of them, have fucked this place up so bad. Between them and everybody else that sits up on the hill in Tallahassee, has got this state so fucked up, all right, that when it does finally go underwater, there's going to be a lot of happy people because this place is a nightmare. Total nightmare. Now, we have some confusion, and I'm going to jump around a little. We have some confusion about yes on 2. Voting yes on 2, the amendment to legalize medical cannabis. Let me tell you something, people, all right? There is certain people out there that are preaching vote no on 2, okay? These are the same people that are approaching people and saying, well, give us $800 and we'll get you your medical card. It's bullshit, okay? The only way that you can legally cultivate and smoke marijuana here in the state is if you get busted, arrested, locked up, and then you have to come up with a medical necessity defense. A judge has to grant medical necessity to you. That is the only way legally that you can smoke and grow cannabis here in the state of Florida. So whatever this other law firm, and I won't go any further to say anything else other than that, Health Law Services, whatever they're saying is bullshit, okay? They are breaking the law, misleading their clients, and it's a load of crap. So let me just clarify. It is and always has been vote yes on 2. It is the first logical step. It is the first step, period, to get legal cannabis here in Florida. It is the only way it's going to happen. If you idiots vote on 2 and you vote no, and I don't mean to call anybody an idiot, but anybody that's listening to this law firm that I won't mention, Health Law Services, then you're an idiot. You really are an idiot. They're only out for your money. Now, I'm not trying to start no bullshit, but I certainly will finish it. That is for sure. For those of you who know me, I like a good fight. I definitely like a good fight. And if somebody wants to come to me and challenge what I'm saying, come on, 352-556-1321. I'll turn the phone lines on right now. Phone lines are coming up, by the way. It'll take a few minutes for the system to recognize it. But yeah, if anybody wants to challenge me on that, feel free to call us up, Call us up. I'll get one person on the phone, and then I'll get the other person on the phone. And the other person that I'm going to get on the phone is the person that's going to set you straight and make you realize that it is vote yes on 2. It always has. I don't want to offend anybody, because I have a lot of friends out there that are now thinking, oh, wow, well, maybe it is vote no on 2. Guys, listen, it is not vote no on 2. It is vote yes on 2. And I'll say it again. Vote yes on 2. One more time. What is it, guys?
Vote yes on 2.
Thank you very much. So there's no confusion out there. Now, I appreciate everybody that's been out there and doing the fight, and lobbying and doing everything that they can to get this bill through. And we're going to continue to do that. Daisy, good morning. Hello, how are you? And for those of you who need and have the medical necessity for medical cannabis, if you vote no, you will not have access to anything. Yes, right now, the low CBD strand, Charlotte's Web, is coming all over the country. But for most cancer patients, for most people that need medical cannabis, okay, the low CBD is not going to do it. That is for sure. So we need high THC, medical grade cannabis. At least I know low THC and high CBDs will not do it for my anxiety and for my anger. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My anger, and anybody that knows me and have seen me go without my medicine, my anger gets very, very bad. I get very vicious. My words turn to very malicious statements. I get nasty and very vindictive. So for someone like me, for someone like me to control my anger, I need the high THC. The CBDs just aren't going to do it for me. When we were at the Canna Crush event, I partook in some things that I've never partook in before, and I'll tell you, it made me realize even more the need that I have for the THC. So, yeah.
Shit, when I smoked that shit, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, we were all fucked up. This one couldn't even talk.
I was done.
She was like, we finally just shut her mic off. She couldn't talk. She was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm out,
yep,
guys.
I'm out.
Yep.
Deuces, -1.
She went into the lobby, and we call it the lobby. It's actually my fucking living room, okay? But we're just trying to be professional here. She goes in there, lays down, crashed out. By the time the show was over, I got a message on Facebook, wake me up when you're ready to take me home. Oh, shit. So, anyway, that's where we stand on that. What's so funny?
Yeah, it doesn't mix with me. Me and
yeah. So that's where we stand with that, guys. I mean, basically, don't be misled. If you have any questions about it and you want to know the truth, there's plenty of people out there that can answer it. Just don't call that one law firm that I can't really name because I don't want to, but Health Law Services. Anyway, listen, the guy that I talked to, he seems like a nice guy, all right, but he's real fucking cocky. Which right then and there, don't get cocky with me. Do not get cocky with me because I'll pull my cock out hypothetically, and I will show you cocky. I do my homework. You may have a law degree, right? But you certainly don't know the law, dude. That is for sure. And hopefully we can get him to call up because I got a surprise for them if they do call. Somebody that they just love. Oh, shit. So what do you got, Maria? Anything?
No. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm still like in that.
Which you look 100% better now. You got your color back.
Thank you.
Yes. If you guys seen her 2 days ago, you would have told me to take her to the hospital. I'm serious, Maria. I was ready to take you to the hospital.
I was Walking Dead.
Yeah, you looked really, really sick. It was really bad. I felt like shit yesterday morning, but not even close. It was just like I was telling her, it was my sinuses. I got, that post-nasal drip. Yeah. So all night long, all that mucus drips into my stomach. Come morning time, the only thing my stomach wants to do is get rid of it.
Right.
So that's why I felt like shit yesterday morning. That's why I just played the replay. But you finally got your full color back. You know what I mean? Your face is not all white anymore, and it was even still a little white yesterday too. Yeah.
Yeah, so. I'm just still scared to drink coffee yet or anything.
I don't blame you on that one. I don't blame you.
So maybe that's why I'm not awake yet.
Yeah. I thought about that. I'm like, well, maybe because bacteria thrives in coffee machines. It loves it. Maybe. So I ran the cleaning cycle through my coffee machines. Maybe we should do the same to yours.
Maybe.
Yeah. I know that's a big spot for a lot of bacteria. But I got some shit I want to talk today. And hopefully JB calls us up around 8 o'clock or so. And I want to talk about what's going on with ISIS, because there's a lot going on right now. We're bombing them, but what are we bombing? We're bombing buildings that are partially occupied, wasting. Good morning, Marcy. It's glad to see you made it. We're wasting millions and millions of dollars. And in the meantime, they're lining people up and murdering them. Look at this. Just as I talk about that, my boy posts something about the unbelievable President Obama invokes Ferguson, but not Chicago during UN speech. Yeah, I mean, just it's very, very ridiculous. Mr. Janowitz, good morning, sir. Let's see. Found this on the web about
AmeriLawyer. Nothing else, though, yet. Have a great show. No, Kara is not on today, sir. But if you would like to call up, we would love to hear from you, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is Vote Yes on 2. So AmeriLawyer, a.k.a. Spiegel and Utira, sold me a corporation that was owned by some very bad people. Also, the LLC I got had tax debits and lawsuits. Tried to get a refund, but they said it was my bad luck. Now my business is being audited and I have judgments against me. I don't recommend that any of these companies for any of their offices. Also, their advice on the phone was pretty much worthless. I would rather hire a local attorney or tax consultant for basic tax and legal advice. The company never called me back after I paid them. Unbelievable. So that's AmeriLawyer.com, also known as Spiegel and Utira. So there's a bogus deal right there. You know, I mean, that just goes to show you how many companies, how many law firms, all the shit that's going to come out, and people are going to try and make as much money as they can off of this with bogus products. This is the kind of making. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was just reading what Steve was saying. But yeah, no, Steve, believe me, I understand. And you know, after the show, like we talked about, because I spoke to Mr. Janowitz right after we went to the Canna Crush, and you know, we talked about that, you know, law firm that I won't mention, law services. They, you know, I mean, yeah, he, I'm looking forward to getting Steve on the show. That's for sure. So, Steve, if you want to hit us up, 352-556-1321. Let's talk some shit, buddy. And Jeffrey Kennedy, if you're out there, same with you. Call us up, 352-556-1321. Love to hear from you. Yes, what do we got here? Okay, so, damn it. Let me put my glasses on. So, Holly just handed me her phone with some kind of story on it here. Sorry, I'm blind. I can't freaking see. And now...
My computer is not responding.
That's what she said. Now it's locked. So I've fucked it all up. Now I got my glasses on. I can't see shit. Okay. All right. So the U.S.-led coalition against Islamic states that targeted oil refineries in Syria during the third night of airstrikes against the militants. The raids carried out by the U.S., Saudi, and UAE aircraft killed 14 IS fighters and 5 civilians in eastern Syria, activists said. Well, sorry about your luck there, civilians. Next time, run faster. The U.S. military said the refineries generated as much as $2 million per day in revenue for ISIS. U.S. President Barack Obama has vowed to dismantle the IS network of death. IS has seized large, and they just keep putting IS instead of ISIS, but IS has seized, just in case you didn't know, I spoke different language, and I'm the only one that can understand it. These scumbags, and I'm just going to replace ISIS with these scumbags, has seized large areas of Syria and Iraq in recent months and controls several oil fields. Sales of smuggled crude oil have helped finance its offense in both countries. The U.S. has launched nearly 200 airstrikes against the militants in Iraq since August and expanded the operation again against scumbags to Syria on Monday. So there you go. Wow, these glasses are powerful. If I ain't looking at something right in front of me, I can't see shit. There you go. You know, we are hitting them. So that is a damn good thing. But it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. I like I said, you know, back to the whole legalization thing. I'm going to set it up sometime next week so I can get 3 or 4 people on the air that are, a couple people are pro-cannabis, and I want a couple people that are anti-cannabis. And so we can have a nice little discussion here, you know, and then you want to call it a debate, we'll call it a debate. But that's my goal because, you know, we got to get to the bottom of some things. I have some questions that I need answered. I know there's a lot of people out there that have questions that need to be answered. I know when I spoke to Steve, he answered a lot of my questions and made me realize that there's really no question, you know, whether it's vote yes or no. It's always been vote yes. It's just a matter of how you look at things and who you educate yourself from. Now, if you go to this one law firm that I won't mention, Health Law Services, they're going to lie to you and tell you what you want to hear just so you could spend that $800 on a car that's completely and utterly worthless. Because again, okay, according to the law and what I was informed by a lawyer, a real lawyer, that is, and we will definitely mention his name. It is Michael Minardi. Excuse me. I don't care if anybody doesn't like him, but he's my lawyer, and I love the man in a non-homo way. You know, he has explained to me there's only one way for you to legally grow and possess and smoke medical-grade cannabis, or any cannabis for that matter, and that is to win a medical defense case. That means you have to be arrested and you have to claim medical necessity. Now, Michael, if you're listening and if I'm explaining this wrong, please correct me on it. But yeah, that's where we stand. So, moving on, I am going to go right to a quick commercial with none other than Michael Minardi. So we'll be right back after this commercial.
Minardi Law, 772-463-6571.
What I do, I'm a part of the Silver Tour, which is a wonderful, wonderful program. You can check it out, thesilvertour.org. It was started by Robert Platshorn, a good friend of mine, who unfortunately is still on parole by the U.S. federal government for importing cannabis over 30 years ago. He spent about the same amount of time in prison as Mr. Irving Rosenfeld, who's a federal patient of cannabis, had received 300 joints a month every 28 days from the federal government. So while this man was in prison, another man was receiving cannabis from the very same government that put him in that prison. It's the Silver Tour. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. And what we strive to do is educate seniors on the medical benefits of cannabis.
And we're back. Sorry about that brief pause, but with so many buttons in front of me, I forget which one to push every now and then. So, Holly, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know you got some shit.
Well, what's the problem there?
Unless you're ready yet, Maria. No, see, I'm not ready either. But yeah, and then Holly says, "Well, that's the problem there, Lou. I don't got nothing up." Alrighty then. So,
well,
go ahead.
I wasn't talking about that, Lou. I was talking about your comment that you made, but over your head, but you didn't even catch it. I don't.
Which comment? I make a lot of comments. That's why I just got off a 24
so
hours.
Many buttons in front of you. You don't know which one to touch or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah, no, yeah. Well, I know what buttons to push. Don't you worry. Oh, shit.
I was looking at Bay News 9, and it was saying there's a forklift operator that.
Yeah, I saw
died.
that. Yeah.
But my computer is not responding to me.
Oh. See, you don't have the right touch.
Guess not.
Only I know how to push the buttons here. Sorry.
Okay, so here it is. It popped up. It's, forklift operator killed in overnight Tampa accident.
Killed in overnight Tampa accident?
Yep.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you said the forklift was killed in an overnight Tampa accident, but the forklift operator. Yes, okay. Okay. That clears it up. Yeah, I saw that actually. That made the headlines. Got the picture of the fire truck and all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. Suspect crashes stolen fire vehicle on I-275. Oh, very nice. Welcome to Florida. These people in Florida are all fucked up. I mean, what do we got? Every reject from every state there is. I mean, you know, there's people like us that come down here. Well, you were born here, but there again, there's people like you that have been living here your whole life, and then people like that come down here and fuck shit all up just because they're ignorant.
This guy, a forklift operator, was killed in Tampa overnight when he was crushed by a large steel beam.
Crunch.
Ouch. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the man was operating a forklift that was carrying a large steel beam at Infra Metals on 24th Avenue in South Tampa. Just before 2 a.m., the lift apparently broke and the beam went backwards, crushing the forklift cage and the man inside. Ouch.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
No, not at all. I just read... I just went blank is what I just did. Duh.
Yeah. But I think it was more of a, a smush. Than,
it was, right.
Crunch.
Yeah, it was definitely more of a squish than a crunch. Well, the cage went crunch, the body went squish.
Right.
So you definitely had all aspects of the, the noise spectrum going on. You heard a... And that was not a computer-generated sound effect. That was me going...
He's like, oh, boy.
Anyhow, dirty little mind. Dirty little minds. I have, what the hell is this? A badass nail gun. Okay, so I just refreshed my Facebook page. And there's a picture of a nail gun made by what looks like DeWalt in the shape of an M16. So
that bitch is bad.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. I'm going to share that.
Yeah, do that
on my timeline, and we'll see if it'll go on to Talk Shit as well. Because for some reason, whenever I share shit, okay, there we go. Could not share. Sorry, the privacy settings of this post isn't public, so you can't share it to talk shit. So, you know what, dude? Why post shit like that and not make it public? What the hell? So I just, I could right-click and download it.
Yeah, but say save that shit.
Save image as. See, this is how you get by all that bullshit. This is why I'm having a fight with Mr. Clay Hayes over copyright issues. For those of you that have been following the posts the last couple of days, you saw me put up a post for, this guy's address and all of that for everybody to go smack him. Well, I did find his other address in St. Paul, Minnesota, so I'll get that up today. And Mr. Clay Hayes, I really wish you luck, because I'm going to get every one of my listeners to come up to you and smack you right in the face, telling me that I'm using his logo. All right, well, I was using your logo, but there is no DSCMs, which is digital copyrighted material bullshit laws. When you post that shit on the internet, all right, and you don't block it from download, which there are ways to do so, and it goes up on Google Images, it is free public domain. Also, the fact that I am a radio show journalist means that I can do pretty much what the fuck I want with the shit that's on the internet. Check the law, because I know I have.
Listen.
So, long story short, is this cocksucker, he pretty much, just reported me to Facebook, reported this, reported that. My website got taken down. The website that we had built on Wix, that got taken down. So I built a new one. And then I just took that logo that he claims is his, and I altered it completely and utterly altered it. And now it's mine. Copyrighted as mine, that is. So, go ahead and fuck around now, buddy. Yeah, so. But
okay,
go ahead.
A husband and a wife are trying to set up a new password for their computer. The husband puts my penis, and the wife falls on the ground laughing because on the screen it says error, not long enough.
Oopsie.
There's a little laughter there for the day.
Yeah, that was a good one. So, trending on Facebook, all right, Apple software update for you iPhone users. this pertains to you. It says, New York. Here comes the first bug fixers for the iOS 8. Apple Wednesday released in iOS 8.0.1 as a remedy for a snag with HealthKit apps and other apps that are affected, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, I'm glad I didn't update my phone because, yeah. But, what's up?
No.
You look like you had something to say.
I don't know. No, I don't keep up with the whole iPhone things, so no.
Steve, no, Kara is not calling in today. Not that I know of, anyway. Yeah, so don't mind me. I'm trying to type and do the show at the same time.
FBI releases report examining mass shootings. The number in which... hold on.
I saw a piece of that, but yeah, go ahead.
On the first anniversary of the Sandy Hook massacre, firefighters lowered the town's flag on Main Street to half-staff in honor of the victims. In this Saturday, December 14, 2013, file photo in Newtown, Connecticut. The number of shootings in which a gunman's wounds or kills multiple people has increased dramatically in recent years.
I read this. Yeah, if you look at the statistics, it still shows that there's nothing happened up there in Shady Brook. Yeah, if you look at the FBI statistics, it still shows that in Shady Brook Elementary that nothing happened. Meanwhile, all those kids were killed, all of that shit happened, but the FBI says, nah, nothing happened here. Yeah.
A study focused on 160 active shooter incidents between 2000 and 2013. Wow.
Here's something for our friends up in Ohio. Daisy, this is for you. Beaver Creek, Ohio. Grand jury declines to indict police officer who shot man holding a toy gun in a local Walmart. So he was holding a toy gun inside the local Walmart, and the police shot him.
What?
And the grand jury declines to indict the police officer.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's almost as bad as that trooper that shot that guy this morning.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. In Algeria, a French tourist, Harvey Gordel, I think his name is, was beheaded by ISIS, affiliated with just cocksuckers, man. We need to... I'm thinking it's nuke time.
Yeah.
I think like 1 to 5 nukes.
Why don't we? Why don't we?
What is the? There's a law. It would be. We would consider it. We would commit genocide if we did that. You know what genocide is? Genocide is the mass murdering of people and mass killings and shit like that. And because of some of the laws that we have, scumbags like this are protected. Now, Marcy, I had read the other day that something happened to the dog. Apparently, it's getting better, and my daughter is just a mess. I never want another cat or dog. I have no luck. Okay, so apparently, I guess Marcy's dog did pass away.
Aww.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Marcy. I know what it's like to lose a loved animal because, shit, I got pet rats, and they only live 3 to 5 years, and I'm devastated when them little sons of bitches go. So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Marcy. And it was a cat. Yeah, that makes it even worse because I love cats. You know, you see me with my cats. I mean, my one boy, he's the coolest little fucker, man. All white, one hazel eye, one blue eye.
So cute.
And he is just the most social little bastard. I'll be sitting in the toilet in the morning, and he just jumps on my lap as I'm sitting there on the toilet doing my business. Yesterday, I was in the shower. He came and he ran, and he jumped in the shower, didn't realize that the water was running, and jumped right out as quick as he jumped in. My stomach is actually turning right now. Yeah.
I'd say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to get all overheated and shit. This is not good.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think I'm having menopause.
Menopause.
Yeah. Going through menopause. Yeah. And for those of you that know me, you know to run.
So there's a hazmat scare at Tampa Hospital.
Yeah. Turned out to be
prompted by a broken
clay.
Pill. It says prompted by a broken pill capsule. According to the officials, employees opened a letter that contained a suspicious substance at James A. Haley Veterans Hospital.
What I heard was it was these clay footprints that they have up on the wall that are hanging, these little footprints. We were watching on the news last night, and it somehow got all crushed up. And could you imagine the chances of them actually running a drill, a hazmat drill, at that same hospital at the very time that they find this substance? So the drill went from a hazmat drill to an active hazmat operation.
Turns out it was a generic version of an acid reflux medication that had broken out of the pill capsule.
Yeah.
The hospital was evacuated.
Whoopsie. That
My bad.
sucks. That sucks. New York City Police Department. And this is very, very disturbing. Video shows police officer throwing pregnant woman to the ground. There's got to be a stop. There's got to be, there has to be law and order. And unfortunately, the ones that we pay to uphold this law and order are the ones that are creating all the chaos. So it's really disturbing to see shit like this. Bill Simmons, ESPN, suspends columnist for rant against NFL commissioner. What? So freedom of speech is not allowed, just in case you were wondering, because you'll lose your job. Unreal.
Oh, wow.
This is crazy. Unbelievable, man. Jimmy John's. Anybody ever heard of Jimmy John's sandwich chain?
Yeah.
Latest target of data hack. Confirms credit card breach in over 200 stores. So if anybody's been to Jimmy John's lately and used your credit card, you got hacked. So call your bank, cancel your card, and put your head between your legs and kiss your credit goodbye. Because that's what happens.
My credit is horrible. My credit is absolutely horrible.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I know how to fix that. Get you 700. Get your credit score of 700 when we're all done. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you girls got?
I have,
You ham 'em?
I have,
I think I need some medication. That's what I need.
Yeah, enough said. Yeah. You and me both. I think we need to take a little drive and go visit some of my friends down south. Jeff, my buddy Jeff, he's sitting at home going, oh shit, I'm moving. I don't want them sons of bitches here. I don't know if he's saying that, but you know, JB's like, oh God, they're coming down to visit me. They're going to bring them sons of bitching shows with them. Don't worry, Jeff, we'll only stay for a few minutes. I know you got enough fucking visitors at your house right now. Oh man. And you know, I just realized today is not hump day.
No, yesterday was hump day.
Yesterday was hump day. Yeah. Garbage has got to go out tonight.
Thirsty Thursdays. Thirsty Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays. Yeah, I am not going to be able to drink anything today.
Oh, water.
Yeah, enough said. I see that's what you're drinking.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time getting my coffee down now that you talk about it. So.
Apologizing in advance if I got you sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I got antibiotics, so you can believe I'll be medicating myself. Antibiotics. Yeah, you gotta love them. Because whenever I get that little bit of sniffle, lope, I eat some, and I'm good. You have such a terrible mind. You know that?
I know. You know, sometimes it's a gift, though, I must say.
Okay. You say so.
Oh, boy. So Isaiah Bryant, 13, wasn't injured on the field, but crossing a South St. Pete street after practice. This teen was hit by a car, and now his family wants something done to keep kids safe at a crosswalk.
I got an idea. Elevate the crosswalks. I know it's going to cost a lot of money, but elevate them. Do not let them cross in traffic, especially on busy roads like that.
Yeah.
Elevate them up and over the highway.
That's it's very smart. Actually.
Yes, they spend
smart.
millions and millions of dollars to redo these crosswalks, okay?
And these roads that don't need to be redone.
Right. You want to fix this problem of pedestrians getting run over?
That is a very
Give
smart
them a place to
idea.
actually walk away from traffic. It's that simple.
Also, you remember me telling you about the petition?
I do remember that. That is a funny laugh you got. I got to tell you. I love that laugh. I got to get... It's going to make me crack up with that shit. I got to record that laugh. You've just got to do it on the recordings. Because that's going to be one of my new sound effects. When somebody says something funny, I'm just going to hit that, and we're going to title it Holly's Laugh.
Yeah, everyone makes fun of it.
I'm not making fun of it, but I think it's funny.
They when we're at a party, everybody can point me out by my laugh. Oh, but she's over that way.
Yeah, there she is. I just heard her laughing.
Yeah. Oh, even on the phone.
I have that same thing, but it's just not my laugh. It's my big fucking mouth. Because I speak very loudly. I project my voice, and I try to talk over everybody so I'm heard. And, yeah. So maybe sometimes it's not good. So we have Hannah Graham, last seen nearly 2 weeks ago. Authorities found Jesse Matthew on a Texas beach some 1,300 miles from where he's wanted in the disappearance of University of Virginia's student Hannah Graham. Yeah, this guy, he was the last person seen with this girl alive. I was watching this last night. This guy should fry, too. Then, you know what? Did you hear about that scumbag that left his baby in the car to kill his baby? You were sitting there last night.
Yeah.
They're not going to charge him with, well, they are going to charge him, but they're not seeking the death penalty, which, my personal opinion, you kill a kid, an eye for an eye, motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They should put him in a hot car and close the doors and say, here's your sentence, dude. Enjoy, you know?
There was a man...
Hell, we'll even be nice and give him a Big Mac. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but...
only you, Lou.
Yeah, well, I never said I was sane. I just said I was me.
Something else from Hernando.
Of course.
Napar... There was a homeless man is in critical condition in Brooksville after an eyewitness said he lost consciousness while resisting an arrest. Officers said they responded to a home on Daffodil Drive after a trespass complaint from the property owner. Upon arrival, they said they found Philip Napier, 38, under the influence of drugs and behaving erratically. Officers said Napier refused to leave the property and locked himself in a shed.
Nice. We got 3 voicemails. You guys want to listen to them? I like listening to the voicemails on the air.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's check it out.
You have 3 new messages. Press 1 for new messages. First message received Tuesday, 9:38 a.m.
That's a good one.
Crickets.
Press 3 for advanced message deleted. Message 2 received Tuesday, 9:48 a.m.
This is Dr. Hiccup. I thought maybe the show was on till 10. I will try you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right, so...
Message deleted.
I'll explain
Last message received Tuesday, 12:26 p.m. Message deleted.
All right, so Dr. Hiccup. Do you remember at the Canna Crush, the Lies event, that
Yes.
I could not get rid of those hiccups? For like 4 days, I had the hiccups. So Dr. Hiccup, we named her Dr. Hiccup. She told me to, take a thing of water and lean forward and drink it like upside down, which is very challenging, I got to tell you, without drowning yourself. Yeah, because if you let the water come out of the bottle as you're drinking it, it's going up your nose and you're going to drown yourself. So it's very challenging. But let me tell you something, all right? It freaking works, all right? It really works because within minutes, I'm sitting there and I'm realizing, holy shit, I don't have the hiccups anymore. It's been 3 days and I've been hiccuping, and I don't have them anymore. But then I ate some more food and got really, really bad heartburn, and hiccups came back, and yeah, so, but they're gone now. So Dr. Hiccup, we're on the air 7 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Phone line is 352-556-1321. Go ahead and give us a call in. I do apologize for not having the phone lines up, because we don't always keep them open. So, but yeah, I thought it was interesting. It was like one of those old wives' tales things. Good morning, sweetheart. It's cold in here, isn't it? It's chilly in here. Yeah, it's nice outside, actually. It's 69 outside the studio today with 98% humidity. So what's up, baby? You getting ready for school? Yeah? Yeah, you're drinking my coffee is what you're doing. What's the matter, your stomach? Yeah, mine too. Acting a little funky this morning, right? Oh, lady things? She's looking at me like, oh, thanks, dude. Just announce it out to the radio that I'm on my period.
Oh, don't say that, because now I'm going to get mine.
Listen, if all you girls get your period at the same time, I'm fucking leaving.
I'm leaving. I really am.
And JB, open the doors, because I'm on my way down to your house, buddy. If all of these girls get the period at the same time, yeah, I'm done.
We're all going to flow together because we're hanging out together.
Yeah, flow. Yeah.
Aunt Flo is on her way. I already feel it.
Yeah, great.
Thanks.
Lovely. With me being on menopause, oh God, jeez, I feel bad for Mama.
Guys are more of a dick than we are.
Yeah, check this out. You guys want to hear a funny story? We're up in Gainesville, and we're at the Gainesville Medical University. All right, and Felicia went into the dentist appointment. She's doing her thing, and we decide to go to this park that's like right down the road from the university, and we're walking around the trails. And this was back when all the meningitis scare was going on with all the mosquitoes. So, sorry, Steve, I just put K. That was that, yeah. That not good answer, and I'll get back to the story that I was just saying. But when somebody tells you a big sentence and then you just say K back to them, it's like saying fuck you. You know what I mean? At least that's the interpretation that everybody's been saying. So I do apologize for that, Steve. I do it quite a bit. So, but okay. Anyway, so we're walking around this park, and I get a bunch of mosquitoes land on me, and I'm like, shit, let's get out of here before I get bit, and I end up with meningitis. Yeah, Angela looks at us and goes, well, Daddy, I just got bit by one too. Am I going to get womaningitis? And we lost it. We lost it so bad. It was the funniest thing that I have heard come out of your mouth in probably just a few minutes. But yeah, it was hilarious. Just the way that you said it, and with the sincerity in your voice, and the way that you looked at me. You looked at me with this fear in your eyes, like, am I going to get womaningitis? Oh my God, your mother and I laughed so hard. Yes, I almost peed myself right there standing in the woods. Yeah, it was funny. Yes, that's right. We were standing there looking at this alligator, too. Yeah, like 10 foot away from us. You would have enjoyed that. Yeah, you would have liked that. Actually, you know what? I think that's what we're going to do a little later today. I'm going to take you and show you the alligators.
Okay.
Yeah, I know right where to go, too. It's not that far. Walmart. That's it. Seriously. They got a retention pond right next to Walmart that there's probably anywhere from 5 to 7 foot alligator that lives in this retention pond.
That doesn't mean you're going to see them, though.
Well, I mean, with the weather the way it is, yeah. I mean, he's probably going to be sitting out on the shore sunning himself because it's chilly out. So the minute that sun comes up, yeah, it's pretty cool, though. When you see him... That's what's awesome about Florida. I got to say, that's what I love about Florida is you can go on Discovery Channel and see all these wild animals, eagles, hawks, owls. I could go in my backyard and see eagles and hawks and owls. I mean, we chopped down that tree, and when they were fixing the retention pond, and I looked up, and there was an owl sitting there in the branch of a tree that I had just chopped down, like 3 inches from my face, that I just reached up and started petting him. Like, hey, how you doing? And then he just jumped off and flew away. The other day, sitting out there on the fence post that's still sticking up out of the ground. What's that? Oh, yeah. Well, in the fence post that was sticking out of the ground, a giant hawk, a good foot tall. He lands on top of there, and he's stalking the neighbor's dog. Neighbor's got tiny little hot dogs. So he's waiting. Yeah, he's little wiener dogs.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's an owl, 2 owls that post up on the trees by my house.
It's cool.
And well, I have the parrot and my cat.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So I have to try and keep them away, and I have a slingshot, and I don't hit them, but I get as close as I can to them to make them fly away and go not eat my cat. But this might not be very on the subject, but there's a little joke.
She's laughing at her own jokes.
No, the teacher asked Jimmy, "Why is your cat at school today, Jimmy?" Jimmy replied crying, "Because I heard my daddy tell my mommy I'm going to eat that pussy once Jimmy leaves for school today."
That laugh is out of hand. I had to turn your mic down for that one. You were getting out of hand with that one. I'm going to eat that pussy when Jimmy goes to school. On that note, Angela left. She was like, all right, I'm out of here. All right, I'm trying to share that link for Daisy about the pregnant woman. Let's see if it works. See if I'm still spanked on Facebook. Nope, they released my spanking. The link is up there. There's no picture or nothing, but here, let me fix that. Yeah, so like I was saying, Facebook spanked the shit out of me, and I pretty much told them we can either, you can either continue this, or I can just have you talk to my lawyers about freedom of the press. And I quickly got a notification saying, oops, sorry, spanking's been lifted. So yeah, they react quick when they get threatened by a lawsuit. All right, so the link is up there on Facebook about the pregnant woman, Daisy. It's just not showing any pictures. So let's see. CNN, Governor's mustache, superstition exposed. Okay. I'm not even going to go into that one. It just sounds really stupid. Civilians killed in ISIS strikes. Like I said before, should have ran faster. French hostages beheaded in Algeria. That's where we should be bombing more. Oh, wow. Man acting as Boko Haram leader killed. Okay.
The guy that was killed in the forklift accident was a father of 8.
Yeah, I read that. That sucks. Cop shoots guy reaching for wallet. That's that story that I told you guys about first off in the show. State blames victim for her rape. What? Are you serious? That has got to be pulled up and looked at. So, it's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania woman blamed for her own rape in state response to lawsuit. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office is blaming a former state prison clerk for her own rape in response to a federal lawsuit the woman filed. The 24-year-old typist was working at a state prison at Rockview in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. You know where that's at?
I do not.
Okay. When she was attacked in 2013, she was choked unconscious and raped for 27 minutes by inmate Omar Best, who had been convicted 3 times previously of sex-related crimes, and then been transferred from different state prisons for assaulting a female assistant there. Despite the knowledge, defendants still allowed Omar Best to have unsupervised access to the offices of female employees, according to the lawsuit, which also blames the state for the rape. In fact, the lawsuit says that the prison's superintendent actually moved the clerk's office from a secure floor where there was no inmate contact to a location that was on the cell block. There were no locked doors between the offices and the cell blocks, including Block C, where the victim worked, except for the copy room, the lawsuit states. Even though Best was convicted of rape in May, and a review of the prison found multiple filings and led to superintendent's removal, Senior Deputy Attorney General wrote that the woman acted in a manner which, in whole or in part, contributed to the events in his response to her lawsuit. All right, so as a woman, ladies, let me ask you, what constitutes a... What is the definition of you, girls, acting in a manner that constitutes a rape? Does that even, I mean...
That makes no sense.
That is the most preposterous bullshit that I've ever heard. Talk about CYA, cover your ass. I mean, what's up, baby? Okay. Guys, take over for a minute. I got to go take care of something out in the lobby. I'll be right back.
Okay. What else we got?
I have a few things pulled up, but like I said, my computer's going so slow. It's not letting me.
It's not awake yet either.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Cyclist ride to help. A few things. There's Pasco County cyclist is in the hospital, not knowing if he'll ever ride again. The driver who hit 56-year-old Julio Vivo this past weekend still hasn't been caught. Wednesday night, fellow cyclists are riding to remind drivers to share the road and hold the hit-and-run driver accountable. So,
yeah, I don't like those hit and run things. I mean, who does that? You know,
my mother was killed by a hit and run.
Sorry,
yeah, drunk driver. In 1991, she died. So by somebody with a hit and run, and the police couldn't even find out who killed her. They I guess my uncle pieced together the front light off this guy's car, and put articles in the newspaper and stuff. Who killed my mommy and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But it was my uncle who actually found the driver who killed my mom. But we have a few other things. I was looking for this one post.
Sorry, I'm back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Crisis averted. We needed a suitcase. Hayden is heading away for a few weeks.
I heard that. Yeah,
14 days or something like that to go work. So he needed a good suitcase to pack up his shit. So I had to find that for him. Sorry. What were we talking about? I heard you saying something about your mom.
Yeah, we were talking about hit and run drivers.
Which that hits home to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. There was a 56-year-old man that got hit, and they can't find the guy who...
The driver?
Yeah, you can't find the driver. So.
Isn't that the one that was just done in Hernando, wasn't it?
Dade City, yeah.
Oh, okay, Dade City. Okay, I know what story you're talking about now, yep. Yeah, so we're going to take a little music break. I do believe we have a caller calling in about a half hour, so I want to be ready for that. And we're going to,
tonight...
It's possible we will have a caller. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tonight at 7:30 p.m. On 10 News, it's going to be the Giants at Redskins.
Nice.
Kickoff is at, let's see, I guess 7:30.
We have any hockey fans out there?
I know that's a rough-ass sport, though, that's for sure.
Well, I'm going to be getting a bunch of Lightning tickets to give away on the show. So if we have any hockey fans, just stay tuned. We're gonna try and provide some Lightning tickets. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you the tickets that I'm trying to get access to right now. So just give me a sec.
Restaurant Red Alert.
Where?
It's on News Channel 10.
Oh. All right, so let me just get over to this here. Don't mind me. Events and tickets. Full page calendar. So let's see. I'm going to try and get some tickets to... That's over. We're going to try and get Lightning tickets. We're going to try and get tickets for... There is a bunch, so just bear with me. We're going to try and get Lightning tickets. We're going to try and get tickets for... What's this next event here? Okay, featuring... No, we're not getting tickets for that. We're not going to try it for that. We're going to try and get tickets for Usher.
Oh.
Yep. So we'll have Usher tickets, hopefully. If everything goes well, I'll have giveaways for Tampa Bay Lightning tickets, all their games, all their home games. I'm going to try and get tickets for Fleetwood Mac. And this is all going to be, giveaways.
One of my favorite bands.
You like Fleetwood Mac?
Oh,
yeah. Well, maybe we'll send you down there to do the review on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and get for those country folk out there that like bull riding, I'm going to try and get tickets to give away for the Professional Bull Riders tour that's coming to Tampa. Again, more Lightning tickets. Then we have the WWE WrestleMania that'll be in Tampa. I'm going to try and get tickets to give away for. And then we have what's called Amisol Arena Cross, which I'm assuming is motocross. And we're going to try and get tickets for that as well. So Harlem Globetrotters, I can always look to see if I can get tickets for that, but that wasn't one of my biggest interests. I don't see them giving any tickets to us for Disney on Ice, so I'm sorry, but I just don't see Talk Shit Radio representing Disney on Ice. But like WWE and all that other shit, yeah, we should be pretty good with those tickets. But all right, let's see. We're gonna put on a little bit of music here and take a break, and it's going to be a Van Halen rock block. So let's see what we got going on here with some Van Halen. All right, you're listening to Talk Shit Radio. We're going to take a quick break with some Van Halen, and we shall return.
Yes,
You're listening to Talk Shit Radio, little Van Halen rock block.
She don't like it when it's cut and dried.
listening to Talk Shit Radio. Up next is our favorite band in the whole wide world, Clench Fist. Coming up right after this Van Halen, we're going to play a song off of their latest album, which is called Confessions. And right after that, Chameleon. And now, we're going to put on a little bit of Clench Fist. Yeah, baby. I actually love this song. I've listened to it about 1 million times, and I love it.
What Minority Law, where you're more than just a case. 772-463-6571.
Yeah, this is Brooksville Bob, and you're listening to Talk Shit Radio, and We're going to teach you a lot of cool stuff. Tune in and see.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Oh. What make you horny?
What make you horny?
Hey, you're back with Talk Shit Radio. That was perfect timing. Just as you said that, I turned the mics back on. So I think it went out there.
Yes, it did.
It did, right? Yes.
Yeah.
I think it did. Which was perfect timing. That sounds just like the original Catwoman. Do you remember that? From the original Batman? What was her name? Isabella something. She had that real accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Do it again.
Perfect.
Sir, that was perfect. That was perfect right there. Calling in now. All right. I am ready for you, brother. Call away. We have a caller calling in by the name of Steve Janowitz. And he's a very, very, very good friend of mine. We're gonna set some shit straight. So as soon as he calls in, we'll get him on the line and we'll talk some shit with Steve. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. Always a pleasure having him.
So, where was it? NFL announces 4 women will help shape league policy.
What's that?
NFL announces 4 women will help shape league policy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't follow the NFL.
Well,
all right, we got a caller calling in, so let's talk some shit with our caller. Hey, you're live on the air with Talk Shit Radio. Holly and Maria are here with us.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, how's everybody doing this morning?
Excellent. What's up, buddy?
Not much, just advocating as usual. Preparing for my day. Figure I'd give a call and see what's going on with you guys.
Nice. Yeah, not much, man. We're just talking shit. You know how it goes. I was talking earlier about the whole Amendment 2. I don't know if you caught all of that. I was on a rant trying to set the record straight.
Oh yeah, which part?
Yeah, right. Which rant? Oh, which record?
Yeah.
The whole vote yes, vote no thing. It's always been, always will be, and always has been. Vote yes on 2.
Most certainly. The thing is there's a lot of buzz going around. No pun intended. The thing is this. A lot of people have worked hard on, getting this on the ballot and for patients. Is it perfect? No. Is it worded to serve the majority of the patients in Florida? Yes. I mean, if this is defeated, look what they did to the SB 1030, which is the hemp plan.
Yep.
It was written in the Senate. Passed back and forth. Most bills are written in the House first, and perhaps a complementary bill, sent to the Senate, and then they just swap back and forth. SB 1030 was most certainly well crafted to go along with Amendment 2, so there are some concerns there. But the bottom line is this: there's SB 1030, there's Amendment 2 coming up. But then there's also medical necessity defense, which is legal doctrine. So when you have those 3, you combine them. I mean, it can all work out so long as the level heads prevail.
Well, that's the main thing, I mean, as long as everybody comes together and we started this, we have to finish it, basically, is what I'm trying to say,
Yes, exactly. Another thing, too, is on one discussion board on Facebook, it was a very open discussion, and it was just questioning things. It wasn't really arguing. It was just people putting in their 2 cents. Some of the 2 cents really wasn't worth a negative 2 cents, but, everybody chimed in. It was a good topic of conversation, and it was just clarifying things, and it pretty much did. But one of the admins ended up leading, seeing it as an argument of people being against it, and it wasn't. And that whole thread got deleted, which I didn't, I wouldn't have, but, to each their own.
Yeah.
So, people just need to, it's not about compromise. It's all about being within reason. So if you're reasonable and you think about it, and then the Amendment 2 does get defeated, then what? We're going to go and turn around and, by defeating it, put it into the hands of the legislatures again?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we want?
Not one bit. Not one bit. Because look what we went through to get as far as we are right now. And I use the term we loosely because I've just jumped on board this fight not too long ago. But I've been fighting this my whole life. Look what's going to happen if the vote doesn't go through, Steve. And you and I were discussing this the other day. We pretty much get kicked all the way back to the Stone Ages and got to start from square one again. And then we become, and this is just my opinion, they're like assholes, everybody's got one. We become almost like a laughing stock. It's like, oh, look at these idiots, they're back again.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that, and again, I'll go back to, it's all within reason. Nothing is perfect. I mean, I talk with my 5 lobbyists, and even with 5 pair of eyes on legislation that they're altruistic about, when they go to the chambers of a senator or a representative, in their briefcase is nothing but paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
It's not campaign contributions, donations, to get something passed through. And the thing is even with 5 pair of eyes, they say to me, they still sneak stuff in. So
politics,
if we all
man.
were to look at, if we were all to look at that, it's already been identified, but people need to recognize it. And, all throughout the nation, politicians have pretty much a nil approval rating, and yet they still keep getting elected again and again. So I'll go back to the fact that it's our fault. We need to just start finding people who are statesmen, who aren't looking to be professional politicians or to line their pockets, that will truly represent the people.
That is a key word, key statement, to line their pockets. So go on. I don't mean to interrupt you, buddy, but
no, that's all right. No, you're totally right, because even you to chime in and make emphasis on that. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
It's aggravating, the politics. I mean, I was speaking with somebody out in Colorado about what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And,
No, I said,
Right. So the thing is she has an oil program for indigent patients. And you have to be within so much of the poverty line to be accepted into it. For the past 5 years, she's been doing fundraisers and all that. Since June of last year, she's been trying to get this, oil program going. And we talked about it. She's like, "Well, this is my last fundraiser."
Can you name the person or no?
I can name it's C4CPR.
There we go.
Coloradans for Cannabis Patient Rights.
There we go. Cool.
So with that, it's not an easy program, to have the the resources to get the oil. I mean, this is a plethora of patients, adolescents, toddlers, and even young adults, that need this oil. But, as you always say, it comes down to the almighty dollar and the fact that people are like, oh, yeah, we got the oil. You just got to pay me the price.
And that was no more relevant or no more visual to me. I didn't realize it until last weekend. How many people are sincere and have a true belief, and how many people are money-driven?
Right.
And it's scary. It's very scary to think that, we might have a victory, okay, but that victory is almost, it might almost be a stumble point, so to speak, because of the people that are in it for the financial gain. They're the ones that are going to fuck it up, pardon my French, for the real patients that need it.
Yes, they can if we allow it.
Yes, absolutely.
The bottom line is I hear people that virtually state, we all need to be community, and yet they don't create unity.
Oh, God, how true that is, bro.
So, it's, let's be nice. Let's all get along. No strings attached, right? And I'm just like, well, maybe if you practice what you preach, we would be a lot further than what it is that we're doing. But you're going to find those individuals, and you got to understand their situation. Either they're ill themselves or their child or even adult child. And that's another thing, too, is the fact that out on the West Coast, not going to mention any names or anything or the place, but they were opening up to new patients. And I went and inquired about one patient at the toddle. And they came back with, no, we only take care of adults because toddlers are so hard.
What?
And I'm just like, yeah, it just blew my mind.
Yeah, I'm astonished by that. I'm completely puzzled right now. I don't get that. What's the thought process behind that? You know what I mean?
I honestly don't know, and I really didn't chime in. I just respectfully replied back with, appreciate it, but I wanted to come to you first, because that's the one thing that I won't give patients is false hope.
It's you can't mislead anybody.
When they get it.
Yeah.
One woman with her toddler daughter left Georgia, is out there in Colorado, and due to the fact that she didn't go from the airport directly to the center, and they promised her to give her oil, she was denied into the program.
Huh.
When I found that out, I was just like, wow. So I referred her to somebody that will get her oil when it's available, but especially with a toddler, everybody needs to protect themselves. Because especially if a toddler is being given oil without a card, I mean, people can literally go to jail.
Absolutely,
and I can't blame somebody for not wanting to risk, especially, the fact of incarceration, especially with that would end their work altogether.
Well, and the chance of the child's CPS coming in and the child being removed from the parents, I mean, because that's not uncommon here in Florida.
Well, yeah, that's happened to one woman. Nothing ever came of it because Health Law Services went and sent them a letter saying, the CPS here in Florida, or DCF here in Florida, the fact that your job is to protect how is it that you're doing that? And you just need to, think about that.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Sure.
But the thing is the mother turns around and gets a letter from the sheriff's office, which is connected to DCF, and says, our investigation is closed.
Unreal.
So,
yep.
Yeah, so the thing is, it was all because of the health provider, like, the in-care nurse that she had at the house. The administrator of the company didn't like the mother and went and called CPS. And it was totally bogus to begin with.
Isn't it amazing how easy that can happen?
Huh?
I said, isn't it amazing how easy that can happen?
Well, yeah, because they're they have to investigate everything. I understand it, but then again, for somebody just to, hey, if I'm, hypothetically, of course, if I'm pissed off at you, I can call CPS, and out of the blue make an anonymous call, which makes the paperwork less for them,
right?
And then they go and investigate.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Sense whatsoever.
Yep.
So at any rate. The administrator went and called them, but even when they were at the house initially, the sheriff, DCF, they told the mother, "You need to move out to Colorado."
Really?
Right then and there, and we're empathetic, with her about the situation, and they even stated, we really don't want to be here, but we have to be.
Sure. Well, listen, I say a lot of shit about the cops. I bash them all the time. You've heard me do it, joking on the show. Listen, they have a tough job. Don't get me wrong. They have a real tough job. To do their job and be civil and moral about things, there's a fine line, but it's not an easy line. So, giving all credit where credit is due, that's pretty noble, I would have to say.
Right.
In my experience, they were not so nice. There was no morals, no reasoning. You know what I'm saying? And again, I can't go into too many details either. But I can say that it was a situation that I will never forget, and it was a situation that I do not wish upon anyone. And, for the families that fall victim to this, and DCF does take the child out of the house, in my child's case, she's 13 years old. She's not a young kid, you know what I'm saying? The way I was raised is completely 360 degrees by the way society lives these days. I grew up, if I screwed up, Steve, my father backhanded me, a smack. I got knocked off my feet, or you can't do that shit now. And then back then, cannabis, oh God, it was taboo, and, you always hid it from the children and this and that. Not that my parents partake, okay? But I do believe that my parents have that free-spirited, free mind to raise me in a fashion where it would be acceptable, And I'm getting completely off topic, but it bothers me a lot to see over a plant, all right? And it just comes back down to that. It's a plant, and it's medicine, okay? The way that the families are treated, and I'm sure in this incident, the incident that you're talking about, where the sheriff or the police officer said, "Hey, listen, we don't want to be here, but we have a job to do," and that's my point.
Right. You want to talk about some misnomers as far as A2?
Yeah.
Okay. In one group I picked up, and a lot of people were saying this, that Amendment 2 medical necessity for cannabis doesn't allow for a patient to grow. Now, to clarify that, it does not say that we can grow, nor does it say that we cannot grow. Article 10, Section 29 of medical marijuana production, possession, and then I'm not going to go into all of that on the constitutional amendment.
Right, yeah.
Number 5, medical marijuana treatment center means an entity that acquires, cultivates, or possesses. Now, anybody that wants to read it, we can go ahead and post it up on your Talk Shit website as well as the Facebook page.
Absolutely. Please send me a link to that so I can do both.
Okay, so the thing is now, to define the word entity, it's something that has a real existence. And then being or existence, especially when considered as distinct, independent, or self-contained. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I am of real existence. Are you?
I'm pinching myself now, brother. Yeah, I feel it. So it's got to be real.
Right. So, I mean, a lot of people were disappointed to the fact that they said that this constitutional amendment would be out in June. They said that vaguely. They didn't give a specific date. And I can't blame them because when you're crafting a constitutional amendment, it's like anything, drafting anything. You need to set it down, get a new fresh pair of eyes on it for yourself, as well as have other people comb through it.
It's a process.
So, right. So it didn't come out until, I don't know, the second or third week of July. But that meant it was ready. And that's not a bad thing. So the thing is it does serve the patients, the majority of the patients, well. There are some things that are written in it that I don't agree with, but that's petty to begin with.
Okay.
There's legal defenses that you can have against it, like, nothing in this section allows the operation of a motor vehicle, boat, or aircraft while under the influence of marijuana. That's number 10, C, the limitations.
Which is common sense.
So, well, yeah, to an extent, but,
Agreed.
Consumption doesn't prove impairment.
Correct. I totally
or
agree.
even testing positive, because when Washington went for full legal and they did the whole 5 nanograms of, in your bloodstream shows that you're impaired. That's not true, because what they did was people who were, I don't know if they were medicators or they were recreational, it doesn't matter.
Right,
These
it's
people
irrelevant.
literally stopped for 2 weeks and then went and got tested. They still showed 5 nanoliters of THC in their blood. So how does that prove impairment? It doesn't.
Right. Especially
It's
2 weeks old.
hypothetical number.
Right.
So, and then we've talked about this, I believe on air and probably in person as well.
Yep.
What may impair me and my faculties may not impair another patient.
Which is right, yeah. To that's everybody's tolerances.
Right, because it's all introduced. I mean, as stated before, we all have a heart, liver, kidneys, every lungs, all that.
They're all different.
But our DNA is structured differently. Yep. What plays a vital role in the processing of the bodies are the minerals and nutrients, and the essential fatty acids, amino acids that we need.
That we take in on a daily basis, right?
Right. Well, actually, we don't take in on a daily basis. And then I'll get into that later. But the thing is, when you have those levels of the minerals and vitamins that you need to have your body properly function, it's a lot easier for it to process everything. For one example, hold on, let me get to it.
No sweat. And for those of you just tuning in to Talk Shit Radio, we're live on the air with Steve Janowitz, and we're clearing up a few questions about the Vote Yes on 2. So, girls, you're here too. We have Holly and Marie on the air too. So if you guys got questions, this is the man that can answer them.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I mean, there's just so much that I mean, we can go 5 hours with this.
I was just reading up.
We have a few things that we're going to be putting up as well. As soon as we get some links, we'll get a lot of this information on the air or on our webpage. I'm actually going to make a page later today, and I'll sit down with you, Steve, once we get off the air, and so you can give me a bunch of information, and I can actually get it up on our physical webpage as well, which is www.talkshitradionetwork.com. What else you got, Steve?
I'm trying to find that link. There's so many groups that I'm in.
Oh, I know. It's well, you hear us on the air, man. We're like, okay, we got this. Let me send it to you. You read that, and let me wait. We're waiting for it to come up, and nope, that's not it. And
Yeah, you get lost on the internet there.
Yes, you do. No matter how much you sit here and plan for what you're going to do and have it up in front of you, Steve, I get sidetracked so easy it ain't even funny, as you can tell. I got the attention span of a 4-year-old. I go every which way. I'm a Toys R Us kid, buddy. I don't want to grow up.
Okay, here it is.
All right.
Okay, this is with epilepsy patients, pediatric. I'm scrolling. Find it.
That's all right. It's all right. Again, we're on the air with Steve
It's
Janowitz.
really busy. And the thing is by having your child
What's that?
No, I'm just trying to find. All right, let's talk about something else. So that,
I forgot what you were looking
all right,
for now.
Stop.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of me.
No, it's okay. No.
It's all good, dude. We do it all day long. Don't worry about it. We search and struggle some days. We get so off topic, and then you just close everything out. You get frustrated, and then you got to So don't worry about it. We
Let's
understand.
go to some music now. No.
Yeah.
All right, actually, all right, I found it. So, all right, here it is.
See, there we go.
It's a pediatric patient. She has MTHFR. It's a gene mutation in 2 copies.
I've never heard of anything like
I'm
that.
not going to go into the whole scientific, but is there any supplement you take before considering cannabis therapy? And she's talking CBD, CBDA, and THCA. Now, the difference between the CBD and the CBDA and THCA are the lactic acids, and that's the whole plant. That means it hasn't been carboxylated, in other words, heated.
Uh-huh.
And you get the benefits of the full plant and the lactic acids of it.
See, you're talking. I am out there, buddy. You're talking on a level right now because I've watched a few of the videos how they do that. Amazing. I'm lost.
Right. Okay, but we can touch upon this on other shows. So, I stated that gene deficiency most of the time can be traced back to mineral deficiency within the human organism.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody replied back with, "So, Steve, would adding back the minerals cause epigenetics to occur and the gene to revert to normal?" Okay, and epigenetics means the transfer or the healing of the genetics within the human organism.
Wow.
So my reply was this. That all depends on the human organism. You'd have to do tests to see which nutrients, minerals are absent in the body. I suggest an enzyme test to make sure all of those are present as well, the enzymes, because I know somebody who is missing enzyme, or actually one enzyme within their body. I can't remember the name of the enzyme, but because it wasn't present within this person's human organism, The processing of medications is different for him than in others. So all of the following that's about to be stated is academic. Formed by $25 million in federally funded research, our tax dollars, and 30 years of clinical experience, there are over 138 illnesses that are caused by a calcium deficiency. They are, but not limited to, high blood pressure, lower back pains, muscle cramps, arthritis, osteoporosis, ringing in the ears, which is vertigo. So if anybody has ringing in their ears, stop. Sit down,
shit.
that's vertigo. Because you definitely don't want to hit the ground because that's what's going to catch you. Okay? All of those, again, not limited to, are calcium deficiency.
And here,
There's
I thought it
never
was
one-
tinnitus, I'll be honest with you.
Right. So there's never one thing that causes illnesses. It's always a multiple deficiency. It's kind of like a package deal, so to speak. Everything must work in synergistic alliance to help the body process each mineral and nutrient. So just because you're calcium deficient, if you don't have enough iron or stellium or magnesium, all of those, when they're properly balanced within the body, helps each process the next. Okay? Now, many cofactors play a role to the processing of each mineral and nutrient. Now, here's the kicker. Rancher and farmers know how to cure fibromyalgia in sheep by injecting this stock with selenium. This has been known by the ranchers and farmers for 35 years, yet the medical doctors, the industry, does not. Fibromyalgia is selenium deficiency, oxidative damage to the soft muscle tissue within the body. The same thing with Sundowner syndrome, which mimics Alzheimer's, is a vitamin B1 deficiency disease. Each mineral and nutrient lacking in the body also has to be reintroduced in a slow manner. Example, magnesium is good to relax muscle cramps, spasms, other body ailments too, yet is also a laxative. So that's why I stated that everything needs to be reintroduced into the body in an efficient and effective manner, but not to overwork the body. Yeah. Okay, cannabis and hemp have been proven in scientific studies to assist in repairing fractured DNA. So there's no reason placing these minerals and nutrients into the body would harm the body, so long as it's introduced properly. Also, I referred back to this thread does pertain to MTHFR gene mutation 2 copies. So this would have to be looked into in a more closely and looked into the research. Then again, considering doctors don't receive less than 60 hours of nutritional education, we'd have to go beyond the traditional means.
Well, I would have to agree with that. That whole philosophy, I guess we can say for right now, because simply there was a time about 3 years ago where I must have pulled a muscle or done something to myself. We were in New York, and I went and seen a kinesiologist. I was introduced to him through a friend of mine. Now, not to get into kinesiology, but the supplements that he put me on, whole food supplements, and I was getting everything that my body needed on a daily basis and then some. And, of course, I was medicating myself. Oh my God, Steve, I felt, and this was only 3 years ago, I felt 20 years old. Well, I had the energy and the drive of a 20-year-old. So from personal experience, compared to now how I feel, now that I'm not on all those supplements and taking all of that what my body needs, to then, yeah, I would have to agree with everything right there that you were just talking about. I mean, and like I said, that's my own personal experience. So I everybody is different there again.
Right. Everybody should get tested for vitamin and mineral deficiency. And the mother even replied back with the fact that she's going to go and get a hair test done on her daughter because, something as simple as that.
Oh,
but then you also should get your enzymes checked to see what that's missing. That's why I suggested that.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing, too, as far as the vitamins and minerals that you take, look for whole vitamins. There's a lot out there on the market that are nothing but just fillers. Look for vegan resources because those are going to be the best quality. I had a list, but the hard drive crashed of vegan vitamins and supplements. In other words, whole plant, rich, in the minerals.
Which basically, right. So basically, what you're saying is when you're looking for those in the store, you don't want to buy them from the supermarket because that's most likely the lesser quality.
Right. Oh yeah, it's guaranteed to be lesser quality.
Sure, you would want to find a very good whole food store, natural supplement, natural food store. Maybe even check a drugstore. I would say, you might have a better chance.
Yeah. You can. I'd go for a holistic store. I know down by me, we have a Hales Health food store. They're really good. I mean, the vitamin shop can be good. Well, let me put it to you this way. I have fat allergies, and it's been like that for years. Mm-hmm. And I used to take the allergy medications. Not going to mention it on the air.
Sure.
But when I found out that I had to get registered by the DEA because the medication that I was taking had methamphetamine into it.
What?
I said, oh, hell no, no more. So I was literally in the drugstore because I was visiting my sister. She was like, oh, I'll get it for you. That's when I just woke up and said, no more. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious?
Huh?
Are you kidding me? Methamphetamine and this would, oh my God, in allergy medicine.
That's crazy.
Right, because the thing is you can buy, like at the wholesale clubs, you used to be able to go and, buy them by the caseful. And what they do is in their bathtub, you mix it with the Drano and all that, and that's how they come up with the whole ecstasy.
Horrible.
So to continue as far as with that,
right?
My sister then suggested. She says, "Oh, well, I read somewhere that bee pollen helps with allergies," and I'm like, So she went out and got me bee pollen. She knows that I'm all about
all natural,
more natural stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was at the store, she found one product, but then she read the label and she saw all the fillers in it. She's like, oh no, yeah, I'll just buy this and he won't take it. So then she went to another place and she found it, which was whole bee pollen, and that's what you want. And the thing is I started ingesting it because even this is another thing too, you have to be careful with giving either pure honey or even bee pollen to children because it can be caustic to their organism.
Really?
So
I've heard that.
Right. Even as adults, it can be the same thing. So it's said to add a few grains at a time, to your drink. Just take them, ingest them, then drink some water, and that's it. So I did that. And I built up, I think it was 2 teaspoons, maybe more. I can't recall right offhand, but close enough.
Right.
To where I was doing 2 teaspoons a day. Today, I am allergy free.
Look at that. That is awesome.
All through nature.
Yeah. Which brings me back to a natural plant. Nature.
Right. And that's another thing, too. is get back to what we were speaking about earlier.
Sure.
You were saying, well, yeah, we get the minerals and vitamins and nutrients from the food we eat. Well, you can grow lettuce in two types of soil: a mineral-rich soil and a mineral-deficient soil. And you can still get two healthy-looking plants of lettuce. It doesn't mean that you're ingesting what you need to be ingesting.
Which makes sense.
As far as
right.
the minerals and nutrients within your body.
Right.
So the thing is all the years of farming and depleting the soil and everything, if you keep just growing something in depleted soil, well, what you're going to get is
nothing.
An end product of a depleted plant.
Certainly. Yep.
So, and there's natural ways to put everything back into the soil. Because, like, if you're just growing whatever, carrots or tomatoes or parsley or whatever, just eggshells, crushing them up and then putting them on the ground and letting them decompose puts calcium back into the soil.
Which, I mean, that's, to me, I have a small background in botany, plants and vegetation. I mean, that's just common sense. I've known that since I was a kid. My mother used to do it when I was a child in the garden in the backyard, you know. It's composting. You know,
right.
You know,
and the same thing if you're cutting your front yard.
Nitrogen.
Or your whole yard.
Nitrogen.
Right.
Yeah.
You put that around your tree and your shrubs and everything as it decomposes. It makes weeding a whole lot easier.
Certainly.
Because then the weeds sit in that grass, which isn't soil. They don't anchor much, and you just pop them right up.
Yep.
Bam, you're done.
Yep. And it gives, like we said, it gives back to the soil that's already been depleted much needed nitrogen.
Right.
Same with coffee grounds. You put coffee grounds around because what does coffee grounds do? I forget now. They have something in them too.
It puts an acidic base,
yeah, from
what I recall, back into the soil.
Yep.
It helps with the pH, but you just have to be careful with that.
Because you can't overdo it.
I think it can add, by adding too much, it can make the pH balance of the soil too rich.
Mm-hmm.
And it can kill off your plants. I know somebody who, was, making their own compost and everything, and it was a really great compost, but for bamboo. That's the business he was in.
Yeah.
Which
is very evasive, by the way.
Well, yeah, he utilized the same soil for his bananas, and then by doing that, he saw his big banana trees dying off.
Yep. Quickly, too. Yeah. Bamboo is very evasive. It's actually considered a nuisance plant down here in Florida.
It just takes over everything.
Yes, it doesn't stop.
It does not stop.
A lot of people don't know that about pH and soil. Anybody that's ever done any gardening or anything, most people would associate, pH has to do with your water. Well, that's completely and utterly incorrect. There's moisture in the soil, therefore the pH can change just by watering your soil. So when you water the soil, you want a neutral pH water, all right? And you control the pH in the soil by additives and things of that nature, just like what we're talking about. It's really simple. I mean, it's not a hard concept to grasp. And think about it, Steve. When you were a child, you remember the whole conjunction junction. Those little cartoons.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. Thank you very much. And then you are what you eat campaigns and all of that. Same goes for plants and growing. They are what they eat.
Right. Yeah, because as I stated before, you can eat something, but it doesn't mean that it's nutrient rich.
Right.
It could be nutrient deficient.
Yep.
I mean, down here, I just found an organic farmer's market, and they've got lemons and beautiful tomatoes and all that. And even a friend of mine, Ashley Weber, she's out in Colorado. and I guess it's just a co-op, or I'm not certain what it is.
That name sounds familiar.
You know, it's like $20 per person.
Mhm.
Kids are free. If you come in a group, it's like $15, a group of 5 or whatever it is. I'm not sure the specifics. Or you come in larger group, it's even cheaper. But I looked at all the food that she got for $20, and I'm just like, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, another thing too, is she's amazing herself just due to the fact that she's a quadriplegic and has a 5-year-old son, I believe.
And that's from the neck down, isn't it?
No, actually, that's from the sternum down.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know. So chest down. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
So she has use of her arms?
Huh?
Use of her arms, just no control of her lower extremities.
Correct.
I gotcha. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing, too, is people should look into is the whole CSA, community-supported agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
And then what those are is they have co-ops. You pay so much a month. If you can't afford it, then you can put some sweat equity into it. And you just get what it is they give you. And some people are just like, oh, but I don't like, squash or anything like that. Well, I used to not like squash and all that, but I make the most awesome vegetable pancakes that anybody would eat.
Now I'm getting hungry.
All right, yeah. Enough said. We haven't had any breakfast here at the studio yet. So now how far away are you from me? A couple hours. We might be on our way down for some squash.
Bacon.
Yeah, right. We'll bring the bacon, buddy.
Yeah, I'm eating a bowl of oatmeal myself.
Oh, thanks a lot. Right. Just rub it in a little. Why don't you?
A few bites in here and there.
Oh,
but
shit.
yeah. So I mean, there's, and then another thing too is the fact that is grow your own, learn. I mean, I know people that will come to your house, and this one guy, I can't remember his name offhand, but for $150, that includes his travel, his lunch, his time, and he'll literally stay there at your house all day, completely altruistic gentleman, to show you how to have a self-sustaining garden. And the thing is you don't have to have fertilizers.
No.
You can utilize certain plants to put nutrients back into the soil. It's like sun hemp, which is a form of hemp. It's only 3 leaves, not the 5, 7, or 9 leaves like we know the illicit plant is.
Yeah.
But it's a derivative of hemp. And by just planting that in your garden, the roots put nitrogen back into your soil.
Again, something I didn't know.
I know.
Right.
I'm learning stuff today.
Yeah, that's what I love about having you on, Steve, and talking to you, because I learn so much every time. Now, let me ask you this. I saw a hemp for water thing. Do you know anything about that?
I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, I was confused what that is. I would assume it's almost something similar that you're talking about, because the way that, I glanced at it and saw that, I think, just from my own quick little eyeball of it, I think it's something that has to do with the hemp plant cleaning swamp water or cleaning water or something like that. So I think it has a lot to do with what you're talking about with, with the that certain hemp plant putting things back into the soil. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website. Website is not functioning right now, but
Oh,
we can
boy.
look at their about.
Yeah, we just had Holly just went and checked it out, and she said there's an error on it. So, yeah, we'll have to save that one for another day too.
Yeah, I'll let the campaign or the person leading that.
Yeah.
But there are videos on that. They just did it. The thing is hemp has been known Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
Hemp is planted all throughout Chernobyl because it not only scrubs the air, but it also cleans the soil. And then when those hemp plants are done growing, you can in turn still make products out of that. In other words, plastics, shirts, textiles.
Now you've got me completely
all that.
intrigued. You've got me completely intrigued. Sucking me in, brother. I'm telling you. When you talk about Chernobyl, I was a kid when that happened, and I've been following it for a long time. That, to me, is the coolest thing, because on the scale of that, okay, we say hemp for water. Yeah, you want to put some nutrients back in the soil. Now you're talking a whole town that was evacuated because it was contaminated with such a toxic level of nuclear radiation and fallout. And the hemp plant, you're telling me that the hemp plant is now cleaning the soil there and helping clean the soil in the air. Come on, man. What more does legislation and the government need? What is it going to take, Steve? Really?
What it's going to take is everybody coming together, no compromises, but just agreeing within reason. It's all about being reasonable. And if you get people who aren't reasonable, then,
and unfortunately,
you still want to work with them, but
we live in that world, my friend.
Difficult.
Yeah, we live in that world, and it sucks, because when you look at it on that scale, all right, and I don't know, that just really opens my eyes big time, because when you say nuclear disaster, shit, look what we just had in Japan with Fukushima. I just read an article this morning, because that's another something that I follow. And, when you talk about hemp plants helping cleaning the air, well, shit. What's the question? There should be billions and billions of plants planted around every one of these nuclear power plants that we got. Every industrial area should be surrounded by hemp trees as far as the eye could see. And it just aggravates me. They should be as big as redwoods by now, is what I'm saying. I mean, if it was never eradicated, you know what I mean? We should have redwood hemp fields, and just, it's disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting. And we're just now, it's 2014, and we're just now, realizing this when we always knew. I'm appalled. I'm appalled at, this goes out to the people, not even the government, Steve. This goes out to the people. What is it going to take for you to open your eyes? This is not about smoking pot, hanging out at Woodstock or a concert, or it nothing to do with it anymore. You're talking on a level where there was a nuclear disaster. I can't put it in any other context, I don't know what else to say. I really don't, I'm at a loss for words. Steve, thank you so much for calling us up. We got about 32 minutes left of the show. I just want to throw in real quick that you're listening to Talk Shit Radio. So, we're going to keep on going. We're talking to Steve Janowitz about cannabis and whole plant awareness.
On a post here, it says Clemens issued this statement on the bill. There is no good reason for us to allow people to use synthetic drugs like Oxycontin, Methadone, Percocet, and Prozac, but ban them from using a natural, safer drug. Study after study has shown that the use of medical cannabis can help those suffering from debilitating diseases. Who could be against that? Several healthcare professionals and people with debilitative conditions joined Clemens on Thursday during a press conference announcing the legislation. Among the participants was Kathy Jordan. She has lived with ALS, or
we all knew who she is.
Lou Gehrig's disease for 25 years, and says cannabis helps her manage the disease.
I mean, that's that brings me back to you, Steve. I mean, what more do people need to know? What other awareness do you need? And like you said, to put it on a point, everybody has to come together and follow that one direction. There's no straying from it. We have a mission, we have a mindset, and let's keep it. Stick to it. Finish what we started.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yeah, because, like we said in the beginning of you calling in, if we lose it will be detrimental to the cause when it comes time for how many more years will we have to try and put it through again? Another 4 years? I mean, it makes it all the more harder.
We vote every 2 years here in Florida.
Oh, that's right.
But
Yes.
during the presidential election, there would be more voters that would show up, but I really can't say either way whether that would be a good thing or a bad thing. That's why I somewhat say it's best that we're doing this now.
Yes.
Midterm presidential election.
I'm going to put something out there, and I'm not going to mention any names. This time I won't do it. If you listen to the broadcast later, I kept on saying I wasn't going to mention any names, but I did. I won't do it. What do you think about those that are out there now saying vote no on 2, that we lose all our rights or something to that effect? I mean, what's your opinion? And again, people talk shit is all about everybody's opinion.
Let me collect thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Well, I say not so. And I'll go back to what we were talking with earlier. No, this is the most perfectly written bill. It is written by a previous representative, and that has the knowledge and has had constitutional amendments that he's written before that have passed.
And who is that?
John Mills.
Okay.
He's, I believe, still a professor at the University of Florida, or perhaps not. He may be retired, consulting, whatever it may be. But
either way, he's the man for the job.
Yeah, and that's why they got him on board to do this. I mean, he's the one that when everybody was freaking out, Steve, just the way this is written, and I don't see, it passing the muster of the state attorney general. And I'm like, don't worry about the state attorney general. Well, what about the Supreme Court? I'm like, I knew you were going to come up with that next. I said, but the bottom line is the man who wrote it is the one who's going to be defending it. And believe me, as we're speaking now, he's going over the defense. Because the one thing for sure, a trial lawyer, whether it's criminal or tort, which is civil court, the one thing they know and they learn in law school is never ask a witness a question that you don't know what they're going to answer back to you. So the thing is it's all in how you word that question. You get
leading.
The answer you want.
Right, you lead them.
Right. So as far as where that's concerned, we won. People thought I was crazy as far as I'm like, I'm not worried about it. It's going to happen. But another thing, too, is that I didn't tell them is the fact that the majority of the Supreme Court justices here in Florida were picked by a Democrat that remain. And as far as the other ones that voted against it, well, they were picked by a Republican. So there is, such thing as stacking the deck. And, not only the political, but our judicial system. And we have to be careful as far as with that and who we elect into office.
Because it affects the outcome of everything we do.
Right. The decisions that they make.
Yep.
So, people don't look at that as well when they vote. They're just like, yeah, just the lesser of two evils. So, yeah, as far as that, there's going to be people that are going to say the misnomers. There's somebody that was called out the other day about, saying things about Amendment 2 that weren't true, or just posting, well, they say this and they say that. Well, it's just semantics.
I remember the conversation.
And the bottom line is the fact that this is a person who may be out front advocating, but it most certainly wasn't for A2 when it was happening. And, I mean, to each their own. However, whatever way you choose to advocate is your business. It's, your free will.
Right.
But, to go and just to twist the truth, isn't right. But yet we all still have First Amendment rights. So, but it doesn't mean you can't call them out on it.
It's not meant to be abused that way. It's meant to benefit the people. And that once you say, twist, it just brings me right to for financial gain. And that's basically, at least the ones that I was calling out, is basically what, they've been doing. And we've talked about it. Now, I want to shift directions a little, okay? And we're going to stay on topic, but I want to talk a little about you. And I want to get to know more about what got you on the path of legalization and got you so proactive and what got you where you are today with this? What led you to the decision that this is something that you believe in?
When I first found out about this in 2009.
That long?
Yeah, the initiative here in Florida.
Wow.
My first thought, and I'll be totally honest and transparent, no way. Forget it. It's not going to happen.
My thoughts. Yeah, that was my thoughts.
Then, my friend, who's the lobbyist, I ended up calling him and talking with him. And I said, well, what about this? And he said, the only way it'll happen is through a people's or a citizen's initiative, which is the same thing, just worded different.
Right, yes, absolutely.
So with that, that's what just set me off. He said, because there's no way it would go through the legislation. It won't happen. I know. I got 20 years experience. So that's what kicked me into gear. And then I started just doing research online, the scientific studies, and our tax dollars spent on the scientific studies, and said, yeah, this is what needs to happen. This is, there are a lot of people that can benefit from it. So that's what got me into it, and, I've been kicking ever since.
And I thank you for it, because I'll tell you what, it's not an easy road to go down. That is for sure. It's, as you can probably tell everyone, it's a fight. It's not a physical fight, but it gets physical, I'm sure. Takes its toll, right? Yeah,
you can get burned out really quick.
Yeah.
I mean, even the moms advocating that have the ill child as well. I mean, I give props to them for getting out there and doing what they do.
It's a big risk what they do too. So yes, absolutely. You know what I mean? It's amazing. And when I say risk, I mean just having to deal with the way the laws are written. So I mean, yeah, to be out there advocating and helping the patients that are out there, yeah, big job.
Well, it's not only that though, but it's also public scrutiny.
Yeah, I guess for the naysayers.
If a parent goes and they're sitting at a table, they're talking with somebody else, and there happens to be somebody else's pack of cigarettes sitting in front of them, people will jump all over stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely asinine. It makes no sense because, I mean, it's not like it has their name on it, but it is what it is. They understand that, so you just have to be careful of the situations that you're put into or that are immortalized through photography or, still or video.
Certainly. Absolutely. And I as a photographer and a videographer, I can make nothing look like something very easily through that. So yes, you just got to be careful what you do, and that goes for sitting around in wherever, Applebee's at the bar and talking, and the people next to you hear you talking about cannabis, and they're against it. It starts that whole thing, in that situation where, they'll jump right on it, and those are the ones that, you at that point you just try to educate them with the knowledge that you have. I know I learn more and more every day, and the more I learn, the more questions that are asked to me, the more information I have to give people. My biggest outlet to get information is the internet. Let's face it, Google's a beautiful thing. You want to know something, that's the place to go. Hell, I didn't know about the U.S. patent until I started talking to people like you, and somebody told me about the patent number, and I looked it up and just said, holy shit, and then I think we talked about, the first time I talked to you, we talked about how the government has, the patent on it, and they send patients, and it's all about information. It's all about what you know, and it has nothing to do with who you know anymore. That's for sure.
Or who you blow.
Yeah, right. She's coming alive, Steve. She's coming alive. She's been sitting over there sick. Yeah, she's been sick for a couple days. She's coming alive now. But, Steve, I want to thank you for calling in and talking with us. We got about 18 minutes to go of the show. I got a few messages I got to throw up there, so if you want to hold on, we'll be right back.
Most certainly. Do what you got to do, brother.
All right, cool. We'll be right back with Steve Janowitz talking about medical cannabis, and you're listening to Talk Shit Radio. So just hold on, sit tight, Steve. We'll be right back.
Minority Law, where you're more than just a case. 772-463-6571. Minority Law, 772-463-6571.
What I do, I'm a part of the Silver Tour, which is a wonderful, wonderful program. You can check it out, thesilvertour.org. It was started by Robert Platshorn, a good friend of mine, who unfortunately is still on parole by the U.S. federal government for importing cannabis over 30 years ago. He spent about the same amount of time in prison as Mr. Irving Rosenfeld, who's a federal patient of cannabis, had received 300 joints a month every 28 days from the federal government. So while this man was in prison, another man was receiving cannabis from the very same government that put him in that prison. It's the Silver Tour. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. And what we strive to do is educate seniors on the medical benefits of cannabis.
Hey, you're listening to Talk Shit Radio, and we're live with Steve Janowitz, and we've been talking about Amendment 2 and everything that rolls up with it and goes with it. And Steve, you're still with us, right?
Most certainly am.
All right, cool deal. So where were we, brother? Where were we? What were we talking about? We were talking about you and how your involvement started, and let's talk about where you're at today. I mean, we were talking about how this is it's a struggle, it's a battle, and it takes its toll mentally. I'm sure quite a bit because of pure frustration. I would say, because I spoke to a few people that have told me, people's ignorance is more frustrating than actually having to educate them,
Right.
It's like I was saying, before we got on, before we went to commercial, the information's out there. All you got to do is ask, whether it be the Google, whether it be people like you. I mean, I knew next to nothing until I met you and started talking to you and people like Jeffrey Kennedy and Michael Minardi and you know what? I mean, everybody that I've met, Kara, and all the people from all the different organizations. Listen, no matter what the information is, good, bad, or ugly, it's all you're able to take it all in and make what I think is the most important part of your decision is your decision. You know what I mean? Excuse me. So and that's my point right there is, you know, I mean, if there is a question, if you don't know something, and for those of the people that are against Amendment 2 or just don't know, you know, the information's out there. Or, hell, how many organizations are there out there? I mean, Steve, how many did you say you belong to? You know, you got a question, just go on Facebook, you know. I mean, they're out there. They all got pages. There's organizations out there that are pro, and there are organizations out there that are con. So I'm sure if you wanted both sides of the story so you can come to your own, what's the word, synopsis, I guess you can say?
I guess.
Yeah.
Conclusion.
Yeah, that sounds like a good word. We'll go with synopsis.
That sounds better.
Yeah, I'll buy that, Val. Yeah, so, I mean, you know, and what's your take on that, Steve, as far as, you know, going out there and just getting the information?
You know, you can go to Google. It's a great search engine, but it will curtail your search through algorithms to what it thinks that you want to find out. I like the meta search engines, such as Webcrawler, Dogpile. They will give you the top searches from Yahoo and Google. There used to be other search engines that participated, but they don't anymore.
There's a lot of people that don't know what meta search is. Meta keyword, meta tags. It's your website's topics basic footprint on the internet. It's what it's about. It's a keyword that is used to get it up on all different search engines. Sorry, I was getting puzzling looks.
Right. Okay. I'm sure. I apologize. So the thing with that is what I do utilize is the meta search engines to look up the scientific search engines. Because you can get a lot of different articles that are opinion or anecdotal. The thing with that is the fact that that's all it's going to be. If you want hard-hitting scientific evidence, results that are true, then those are the search engines you want to utilize as well. Louis, after we get off this show, we can put up the links for NIH, National Institutes of Health, which has a plethora of information.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll have you send me all those links. And again, we'll put those up on Facebook.com/TalkShitTV show and also the website, www.talkshitradionetwork.com. Got to get those plugs out there, Steve.
Yeah.
It's all about the dollar bills, no matter what you're doing. You know what I mean? Got to keep them Facebook numbers up. But, yeah, so, you know, it's... what you're saying basically is you can Google search it, but the broad spectrum of information is not going to be as accurate. Yes, you'll get a lot of information, but it won't be as accurate. Nah, I mean, you know, you can go to medical sites, scientifically, you know, here, hold on, let me try that again. Scientific research sites that have done cannabis research, and that's where you'll get your real answers. But don't just go to one, correct? You would have to get the information from a multitude of sites?
Yes. They're out there. I can't remember them offhand. I really don't bookmark them.
Yeah.
I just, throw it up, into the address bar.
Yeah.
And then they come up.
It gets buried there after a while.
Right. So, I mean, those are the best. I mean, you can go to articles that are written that will give you links to where the information is obtained from. So those are good credible articles. Not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, the resources are out there. You just got to be willing to find it. But another thing, too, is people need to start getting out and advocating.
Big part of it right there.
And that's the main thing with it. Because unless you're out there advocating, you're really, even if it's just virtually advocating.
It's
but
counterproductive.
When you go to a group that you're preaching to the choir, then you're pretty much getting nowhere.
Yes. It's inviting other people to the group, bringing them in, getting them involved into the discussions.
Correct.
Yes.
And then even, any opportunity that I see out in public, I will steer the conversation towards medical cannabis.
I'm still leery of doing that.
Yeah, the thing is I was talking with somebody, and this was a while back, that supposedly got trained by somebody else in the state of Florida, and they wanted to text me back and forth as far as to get an explanation. And my thing was this. It's going to take us longer to get this done through texting back and forth. If you just call me or have me tell me when I can call you, we can get it done faster. Now, this gentleman was sitting at a restaurant having breakfast with his uncle and was literally talking to his uncle about medical cannabis. Well, a sheriff's deputy walked up to him and says, "You can't do that." And I said, "Well, wait a minute, hold on." I said, "Were you handing out literature or talking to people that didn't want to talk about it?" He says, "No, it was a conversation between me and my uncle." And I said, "Well, then, that officer was completely incorrect. He has no right to tell you that. Even if it offends somebody, all they have to do is they're the ones who have to move. You're within your First Amendment rights." So I just educated them on all that. I'm like, even out in the public space, public park, public sidewalk, you can say, anything you want, so long as it's, not offensive or
a direct threat.
I mean, as far as, I mean offensive as far as verbally abusive.
Right.
Everybody has the right to free speech.
Yes.
Whether we agree with it or not, whether it's the truth or not. That's what's the great thing about this country.
Thank you very much.
The great
Yes.
thing that isn't about our country is the fact that people don't exercise that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I agree with that 100%. Now, what cracks me up is this guy saying to you, "Well, you can't do that." That would see, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I hesitate speaking to people, is that confrontation. I don't want it to go too far, and plus, Steve, let's be honest, if I don't know, if I don't have a lot of information or knowledge on the subject, and let's face it, I don't feel that I do yet to go out there and speaking like that about cannabis. I use the information I get from other people, and I talk about that. To start, I don't know. I just don't think I have, even though I'm, live on the air 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, I don't think I would have the nerve to do that, especially in that situation. Like this guy comes back to you and says, "Well, you can't do that." Get involved in that conversation. I don't know. I don't know. I commend you for it, because you really, you have to keep cool, and you got to really know what you're talking about,
Well, you're correct. The thing is, I mean, I've got plenty of information of direct contact with police, and then pretty much very politely telling them after they ask me, now that's the key word, ask me to leave and stop collecting signatures or tell me that I can't be there, pretty much telling them to piss off in a polite way.
Mm-hmm.
Many of times. And the thing is you do it little by little, and you start gaining that confidence, and the fear starts subsiding. Because even towards the end of the petitioning and everything, I was working with Vanessa, one of the volunteer coordinators. We were at Red Bull Flu Dog.
Uh-huh.
And the police officer says, well, you need to move. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm on public sidewalk. And he's like, well, the event staff has rented this sidewalk. And I'm like, not this public sidewalk. And like another thing, too, is this event is open to the public. I said, so everybody and anybody is free to come and go.
Yeah.
There is no admission being charged whatsoever. There are no gates up. There are no fences up that I have jumped. I am perfectly within my rights to be either here on this sidewalk, which I respectfully am, or even inside that event.
Yeah.
Just because they've rented it out and there's a unilateral agreement between them and the management company does not mean that you have the right to take me out. And I said, and another thing, too, you are a police officer to uphold the laws. What you were referring to me is UCC, which is Uniform Commercial Code. Mm-hmm. Now, please tell me where in your sworn duty to protect and serve that you enforce Uniform Commercial Code.
Yeah, well, see, now you're talking my language because I study a lot about sovereignty, and we speak a lot about the UCC. So, yeah. And
right.
Plus, I'm a journalist, so that wouldn't fly with me. I would tell him, dude, I got more right to be here than you do. You're being paid to be here.
Right. And then the thing is it was just, and I could see that some of the things I would say would piss them off. And perhaps subconsciously,
it's fun.
Deliberately, I do say perhaps. But the thing is then I would chime in with, I'm like, look, we're all men here.
Oh, shit.
This is, we're all rational. Let's stay calm and be that way. And but I even told them flat out, if you care to effect arrest on me, that's fine. But I do have a team of people.
Yeah.
That there will be recourse from.
Sure, and you got to admit, it is a little fun when you get to school them in their own business.
Right. And the thing is they were telling us that we had to move, down away from the park. And I'm like, well, no, I want to be right here.
Good luck with that.
Move across the street. No, I want to be right here. I said, the beef isn't between you and I. I said, they're using you.
Yeah. Keyword.
As a strong arm to try to intimidate me. I mean, literally, when the one cop was talking to me, he went and flagged another cop over. And the thing is I'm just like, you're suppressing. Well, we're not suppressing anything. We just want you to do it down there. I said, well, if I collect signatures, or if I collect sweat signatures, you're suppressing what it is that I'm doing.
Yep.
And then one cop was from the local city. Another cop was from another city. But the second cop that got pulled in, he kind of just stood there, but then he even started, instead of facing me, he gave me his shoulder. In other words, that in body language alone says he's distancing himself from the conversation.
Sure, he don't want no part of it. He knows what's up.
Right. But, being one of the boys in a suit,
yep.
He still has to back up his boy.
Or as I call them, gangsters with badges.
Right. But, I mean, both of these cops, by the end, and I told him, I said, you know what, I'll tell you what. Instead of being right here at the corner, right here where I'm collecting, I will move 15 feet over, but I will not move anymore. I said, if you want to effect an arrest, go ahead.
I would have told him. The only way I'll do that is if you sign my petition. You want to get me to leave?
that.
I want all 3 of your signatures on this petition. Listen, Steve, I want to keep going. We only got about 50 seconds left of the conversation or the show here. Let me get you to hold on.
Pick it up another time.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Let me get you to hold on. I'll talk to you as soon as we get off air. Let me just say my goodbyes to everybody and just sit tight for me, all right?
You got it.
All right. Hey, that was Steve Janowitz on the air with us. We always appreciate a phone call in from him. You guys been listening to Talk Shit Radio. We really appreciate you spending the time. And here again, it boils down to that the education factor of what we do. We want you to just educate yourself and learn as much as you can. So from here, everybody here at Talk Shit, everybody have a good day, huh?
Watch for motorcycles.
Yes. All right, guys. We're out. Have a good one.